Okay, this is going to be a quick sound test. I want to see how the microphone and the other part of the sound settings are going to work. Okay, so we're going to go to GOG Galaxy. We're going to launch the game. I'm going to turn on my controller. And everything looks good. At the indicator up in the upper left hand corner. And we're going to go to single player. We're going to see what we got to load. Okay, so we're going to load this one here. I've been trying to get this recorded for like 3 or 4 days now. Okay, so first thing I want to do is go into options, go to sound. I'm going to turn the music up to 70. I might turn it up more. Go back to the desktop, or back to the control panel. Controls. All the mechs are getting redone. Fly over here. I'm going to start this all over again. I just want to test. Just testing the sound, and then I'll play it back. So I do not need any more cantina missions. Let's check out the contracts. Nope, contracts. I don't want to fight either one of those two. Star map. Let's see what this is. Exploration quest. View transmission. View contracts. 160, 200. Let's see how this one sounds. Like I said, this is just a test. Okay, so confirm.
The extreme weather conditions will interfere with your sensors and will most likely restrict visibility. Be careful out there.
Changing our mechs. Medium mech. I'm going to take a 45 ton if I can find him. Where'd he go? There it is, taking that one. He's going to take a 40 ton. She's going to take a 30 ton. The one with the SRMs. And he's going to take a 45 ton. That one does 72. This one does 60. I'm going to give him the 72. We're going to drop. I hate these maps. I just don't like the terrain. 2 anomalies.
Welcome to the planet. There's a patrol that we need you to go on. If you could just go to the nav point and, you know, if you find anybody hostile, just, you know, take care of it. And once you get back, it would be great if, could I have your autograph?
Okay, he wants my autograph.
Target acquired.
took a little bit of damage. See what kind of resistance we're going to have up here. I surely think there's going to be more than 2 people guarding that thing. Maybe not.
You must be getting close to the salvage crate, Commander. Approach it once you find it.
Picking up the crate so that we get a little more
Looks like we've
repair
got
done
the
to ourselves. I think that I am going to 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 more. I'm going to go get this one way off here first. Remember, those anomalies are like a luck of the draw. You never know how many. You can restart the mission to shuffle the deck and try to get, you know, different anomalies, less number of anomalies. But usually there's 4 or 5 garden, the pinkish purple ones. So any artillery is under Allied control. So any artillery should not be firing at us. But if we get in a position where the Op-4 is getting fired on by artillery, we can get hit by it. Like I said, this is just a test for my microphone. I'm going to go ahead and play it all the way through, then end the recording and see what happens.
Once you've located the crate, get close enough to pick up the contents. Cargo acquired.
See how every time you pick up a crate, not only do you get extra loot, you get repairs. There's a setting in there for repair and re-ammo the mechs. It's in stack crate settings, and you can choose whether or not to distribute it out between you and your lance mates. And I distribute it out so my lance mates get a little repaired too. And we're all in pretty good shape if you look at the green lines up at the top. But as you can see, I am not at 100%. So they may not be at 100% either. I don't know how much damage they took. I just hope that artillery is bombing these guys over at this next high value. So the pink ones are high value. The blue ones are kind of sort of high value, but not as high value. You get more loot out of the pink ones, but you get more loot out of the blue ones than you do the white ones. Fixing to put it to the test. So the last one we did was white, and we got some C-bills, 361,572 C-bills, and we got a Supercharger Mark II. Looking for movement to see if there's anything hiding out of. So the artillery is landing over in their area, which is a good thing. But I'm not seeing any movement like there's any mechs over there. Sounds like the artillery quit firing, so maybe it's not detecting them.
That's close enough. start pickup operation.
So we should get a little better loot than we got out of the last
You
one.
found the salvage crate, Commander.
And we
Let's
got
report.
C-Bills, LRM, oh, and we got a mech, so we got a Crusader. 65-ton mechs, pretty good, they're durable. Usually 2 LRMs, 2 SRMs, and 2 medium lasers, usually. That's the only variants I've come across, but I'm sure there might be different ones out there. So I'm not seeing any mechs guarding this one. So I'm under the impression that the artillery took them out. Yep, there's a carcass. So we should get more out of this one than we did the last one.
Bringing it aboard the Leopard.
So we got 2 mechs out of that one. One is a Zeus, 80-ton mech. Depending on the loadout, depends on how good it is. So yeah, the artillery took out our bad guys here. I think I need to go up there to get to that. I'll go around the other side and see. Well, this is too easy if we don't get into any more fights. Easy's okay, but it's not exciting. But then sometimes exciting really sucks. So blue's above average on your loot. We might get another mech out of it.
Scratch that one off the list.
Okay, so we got a hunchback. The thing about the mechs you get out of the loot crates, we got all the loot crates. They're almost, I mean, they still need to be repaired a little bit, but they're almost 100% repaired, and they're going to have low-level weapons on them. So they're already going to have weapons that you can use if you need to. So basically, you can just repair them and run them the way they are. Hell, there's a repair bay on this planet. Wonder if we'll have time enough to use it before we get extracted. It's always good to have a repair bay so that you can get fully repaired before you go back to the Leopard. Where's the repair bay? Okay, looks like we've completed the mission, and we got to go to the evac zone. Some of these missions, the evac zone ends up to be like a trap.
System offline.
So the repair bays is another mod I got, and I've got it set to for them not to be destroyable, so they're always there, and to repair everybody. That is options in the settings of the repair bay. And repair everybody to 100% if possible. Sometimes,
Commander, you've got the Ops Force's attention.
yep,
They're converging on your
It was a trap.
For hostile contact.
No getting out of this without fighting. So you can get so badly damaged that it won't repair you, and if you lose weapons or an arm or a leg, it can't repair that. It can just make repairs to your armor, and it reloads all your ammunition too.
Target Spider.
All units, kill the infidels. Kill.
Target acquired.
Dagger reporting.
Got another one. Good kill, Commander. That mech is about to go critical.
Target acquired.
So if you notice the way the reticle kind of flashed red, that usually means you hit your target even though you lost the lock.
Target destroyed.
This has been a good mission. I might just, I think I might go ahead and, whoa, fireball. Gotta be careful about what you walk into. I might just go ahead and record. Remember, don't get caught in between the door because you'll get locked up and never get out of it and you'll have to start over again. Or you can transfer to another mech and try to run to the extraction point and then you'll be good. You can switch the mech in the... There's a way to switch to another mech. If I remember right, you go to here, you go to advance, you go to... no. It's not this one. It's yeah, right there. Switch mech. See it right over here to the side. I'm not going to do it. It's on the right hand side. I think I'm going to go with this one. There's no way for me to pause the recording and listen to it. There's only a stop on the stupid recording software.
Contract successful. Time to get paid.
Okay, so I decided I'm going to go ahead and stay with this and see if I'm just going to continue. This is going to be part of my series. We got that. We might as well do it. What the hell? Yeah, I'm going to go with this because we got some good loot and I hate to lose it. And basically, I started right where we left off. I just was going to run a test on my microphone and because I made some sound adjustments. but it's moving pretty good. We got some good loot. I don't want to lose it, so we are going to
Heads up, Commander.
do a couple
Weather
missions.
conditions in the area will restrict visibility and have an
Um,
effect on your sensors.
We're going to go up to the tonnage, though. Those things are still getting worked on. Okay, I'm going to take this one. He's going to take this one. Let's see. That one's getting repaired. That one's getting repaired. Not a whole lot in there. Looks like I'm not going to have a choice. This one's good to go. And what's we got over here? Oh, we got some good. Okay, so let's go to take that one. Yeah, he's in the one that does the most damage. Okay. So we are going to take what we got here. Okay. So. Now remember, if we get a lot of anomalies, I'm going to restart it. And because we're just not surviving a bunch of them. They like to throw mechs out there that are way too big. This is a resource mission.
Contact battle mech.
Holy shit, too many of them. Yeah, way too many. And I look at the tiers on all those. They're way too big for us. Restart mission. We're shuffling the deck to see if we can get less anomalies. Yeah, it's when you're going up against assault mechs and you're in medium mechs, it's no fun. And that's part of the stack crates. They put guards on all the high value crates because you got to work for that. So it's better for us if there's when we're this low a tier. It's not so bad if we were like going in with the weight of 400. That way the mechs we were up against would be the same weight as us. But when you're only 50-ton mechs and look at all those. Cyclops, a 90-ton mech.
Identified mechs in the area. Moving in to investigate.
Holy cow, nice headshot.
Target acquired.
That's like a 100-ton or 90-ton mech right there.
Component lost.
Yeah, we're dying. This is just too big a mechs for as light as we are. So let's see if the deck shuffles out any better in our favor. And it would help a lot if we didn't spawn right in the middle of them. Let's see what we get out of this one. Remember, ammo is automatically replenished between mission costs. So you don't have to worry about restocking your ammo after every mission. It's going to automatically be. The only time you got to have ammo is when you get ammo blown off of you and you have to replace it. Okay, what do we got on this one? One.
Commander,
Only one. We can live with one.
Recon reported some high-value goodies that require our attention. Flight is keeping the Leopard ready to go, and TAC Ops is keeping their weapons hot.
Remember the
I
first
marked the locations on your nav map.
first thing we want to do is get to the leopard, and see it's already getting under attack. Defend it for a little while.
Secondary objective acquired.
So we got an unknown faction.
New target quick draw.
Enemy mech eliminated.
Whoa.
Target destroyed.
Yep. I don't think I've ever said this before in any of the other videos, but if you run inside of that ring, like if I accidentally ran in there right now, it would end the mission. So you want to make sure you never run into that ring. Doesn't matter about your lance mates, it's all about you. So let's check the corners. I always like to check the corners, see if there's any tanks. Sounds like attack music to me.
That's one target down.
Acquired.
Targeted mech heavily damaged.
Yeah, these little suckers like to hide in the corners, and then when you're gone, they attack the leopard. Uh-oh, we got choppers inbound.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Dagger reporting. I need a new target.
And we got mechs inbound.
Target broken.
Enemy mech down.
Remember, it's harder for them to hit you when you're moving in a circular motion. Yeah, this is a pretty good little attack on the leopard. Okay, so I took more damage than anybody else, but that's just the commander's role. How many crates do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's like 9. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I think there's 9 crates. Alright, let's do our perimeter sweep. And then they came in from that direction over in there. So we will leave that way. And then we got some mechs out there. We don't know who they are, but we need to go find out who they are. And I'm thinking I might leave somebody back to guard the leopard till I survey the situation. And then if looks like we knocked them enough of the OP4 out, we may call them to come in and help us.
Dagger, I need a new target.
I think we're good back here. I think I'll leave Freeman back here. He's in the smallest mech, 45 ton. Uh-oh, we got another swarm of choppers.
Target destroyed.
Yeah, if they overrun the leopard and they get capture it, then the mission ends and you lose everything. Everything that you've gotten so far on the mission, I think. Okay, so now let's leave Freeman here to protect, to guard and protect.
Repositioning, Commander.
But he'll help as far as defending things. Plus, whatever pops up on his radar, you'll be able to you'll be able to see.
New target Javelin. Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target destroyed.
I want to find out if those two mechs are friendly or hostile.
New target Panther.
Detecting targeted battle mech in the area. You must be getting close to the salvage crate, Commander. Approach it once you find it.
Remember, if you hit select all and tell him to attack your target, the guy back defending will come running out to help you, and then he won't be there defending anymore. Okay, so we got one.
That mech is my bitch.
Oh yeah, she's a badass. Let's go over here and see if these guys are going to be friendly to us or hostile.
New target Orion.
Friendly unit scanning IFF signature.
Target destroyed.
Reporting visual contact. Hostiles.
Attention, mercenary. We have no intention of hostile actions towards you, but rest assured that if you fire on us, we will defend ourselves.
Hostile spotted. Engaging.
Target acquired. Missile. Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target acquired. Incoming missile. Incoming missile. Target destroyed. Target acquired.
That is a summoner. That is off after the cool. That is Classic Mech summoner. It's from the Classic Mech part. Okay, let's go ahead and get some more loot. Plus, I need to be repaired. I'm not. That yellow arm, that's not good. It has no layers of protection on it. So I'm going to try one more time to communicate with these guys.
Be able to pick up the salvage crate as you approach it.
Now notice that that salvage crate doesn't show up on the map anymore.
New target Urban Mech.
So they still don't want to talk. So what I was getting at is, see how it's not showing up on the, that one right in front of me is not showing up on the radar, and it's not showing up on the compass. So once you get within scanning distance, they disappear from the radar and the compass, but you can still see the tower. So it's real important that you look, you scan and look around, because you never know which one of those you've already triggered, and you won't see it on the map.
Package acquired.
So those guys don't want to be friendly anymore. I mean, they're not being hostile, but they don't want our help. Some of them will actually ask you to help them. You know, help us do our whatever mission, and we'll help you do your mission. So we're just gonna. We're not doing too bad in this one. I'm dying worse than anybody else.
Target acquired.
Salvage ops here. Position secure and scan complete. Teams are on the way.
Okay, so I found 40 or 400,000 C-bills at that location. So now let's go see if there's any more mechs hanging out at this purple one.
New target, Archer.
Dagger reporting. Yeah.
Good girl, Dagger.
Commander, salvage lead. Scan complete. Dispatching teams.
That must be the salvage crate. Beginning pickup operation.
So we got a bunch of stuff out of that, but I can't read none of it. Yeah, I don't think I want to run off the cliff. Get these other two crates over here. See, at least that one, I mean, there was 70 and 80 ton mechs, and but we only had to fight through one of them. So the more anomalies you got, the harder it's going to be. So when you start a mission, if you're kind of like, there's no way I can survive 5 anomalies, restart the mission. It's like reshuffling the deck on your percentages of what you're going to get. At these low tiers, I kind of like to just do 1 or 2, sometimes 3. But the main thing about this mission is it seemed like every time we started it, we spawned right in the middle of them.
Sensor contact.
Target destroyed.
Okay.
Target acquired.
Dagger reporting. That's as good as I'm gonna get.
Gotta be careful about pipes, because they'll explode sometimes, and when they do, you'll take damage. Almost ran right past that thing. So see how my yellow arm is now orange with a red outline? The big arm, it's just like a shield. It's not a... It doesn't have a weapon in it, but the small arm's got my AC-10, and I don't want to lose that. Like I said, every one of these crates, because of the settings we have in stacked crates, is going to give you a little bit of ammo and a little bit of repair for everybody. Watch, I'll flash, and that's it. It repaired me a little bit. It's not like a fantastic amount, but it's an amount. And I see nothing on Freeman's scope, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 5, so there should be 4 more of them out there. I only see 3 because I counted 9 the first time around. So there's 1, 2. Should 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there should be 4 more of them out there somewhere, and I'm only seeing 3 visual. And on the radar, I'm only seeing... Well, there's 4 on the radar. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, so we're good. Looks like we got all the ones that we already triggered. Remember, you gotta scan the nav points. That's the only way you're gonna get the big bucks on the loot.
That's a confirmed kill there, Crow's Nest.
Oh. Crow's Nest. Okay, Gamma is right around the corner. So we only got 2 of those to scan. So we need to go around to Gamma. Looks like it's just on the other side of this mountain. And then the one with the crown on it, that's the high value target. It's supposed to have more loot than the rest of them. I just hope we get more tier 5 weapons. Now there's liable to be somebody hiding up here. I don't see nobody. 1, 2, 3. So there should be one here in Gamma.
Damn, Commander. That's a good one. Salvage confirmed. TAC ops inbound.
Ah, you found it. Nicely done. Bringing it aboard now.
So we picked up a Hollander, which is, I don't really care for them. They're one of the classic pack mechs too. So now we should have 3 left on the map. Yep. And one's over by the high value target. The last one's close to the drop ship. So that would be the one close to the drop ship. I think I need to go around this way to get this other one. Uh-oh, incoming.
Send him to an early grave.
Target is losing components. I'm gonna tear that mech apart.
Target acquired.
Scrub one.
Destroyed.
There's another one up there. Okay, I think we're good on those guys. I think
Confirming clean kill.
I accidentally hit that other mech a couple times. Now remember, I got a mod on this called No Friendly Fire, and basically you don't hurt your lance mates and they don't hurt you. But I've never tested it against mechs that aren't part of your lance. So there's a good chance that I was hitting that guy and he wasn't even getting any damage, so that's why he didn't turn on me. Because remember, he said as long as we leave them alone, they won't fire on us. Yeah, gotta be wary of pipes. Some of them will explode. I think we'll get this this blue one over here first.
Target acquired.
Target is down.
Good. You can actually, with the Xbox controller, you can actually feel when you get hit by those lasers. It vibrates. Let's get this over here first. So yeah, as long as my game doesn't crash, this is going to be a good video, even though I started out it as a test video, because I have got all kinds of mechs. And remember, mechs bring you tons of bucks to buy things with. And you're going to find some mechs you want to keep. But, I need money. I need to buy more gear. I need more Tier 5 weapons.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Salvage confirmed. Ops moving out.
Okay, so that's it over there.
Dagger, one for the kill board.
Good girl, Dagger.
Target acquired.
Dagger, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes running off of drop-offs like that's hard on your legs, and if you notice, they kind of flash, so it did a little structural damage on me. When we get to where we add the upgrades, there's upgrades for improving your structure, improving your armor. It just takes a lot of C-bills. Not a lot, but it takes C-bills and time to do it. And I'm more concerned about getting better weapons right now than I am about doing any of the upgrades. And plus, it'd be better to do them after you got all the cantina missions, all of them up to 10, because that's where those upgrades come from, and you would have more upgrades to choose from. It's going to be my last crate, and then we're going to leave. And we are at an hour almost, so I will probably call this a good one. and make it into a video and post it. We're back, Freeman. So these things always pause, or at least on my computer, just for a second. So don't let it worry you if it does that. Don't let you think your frame rate's dropping too much or something. So my frame rate's like 56 or 57, but it says it's optimal in the Radeon software. So we got 5 million plus C-bills. Wolverine, Thunderbolt, Griffin, Raven, Hollander. I'm not sure. It's a 35-ton mech. Only has one weapon. Hunchback. Artemis LRM-20s. Medium laser. Hopefully that'd be a tier 5. Artemis. This is STs. Stream is STs. So we got another Artemis LRM-20, a Gauss rifle, Streak SRM-2, which that would be an SRM-2 ST, Assault Knuckles, which I really don't care about, LRM Artemis half ammo, Supercharger Mark III, Gauss ammo, Streak ammo half, Beagle Active Probe, Arrow 4 half ammo. So I haven't seen an arrow in the game yet, but maybe it'll pop up. Supercharger Mark 5, Clan Ultra AC 10s. I don't know. I ain't seen no Clan weapons yet. Maybe they can fit on a regular one. I'll have to experiment with that. Clan heavy machine gun. Yeah. Sooner or later, those weapons are going to pop up, or it might be because the guy that wrote this mod also made it where it's compatible with the Clan Invasion Pack, which is another mod that I haven't tried yet, but I may try it just to see how it works. But right now, I'm going to run through the mods I got. We're going to go through what we're using to the end of the game, or not the end of the game, but until we complete the entire game storyline, and then we'll look into starting again. I want to do reviews on Fallout 4, maybe even Fallout 3 and Skyrim, but those are going to be long reviews because those games never freaking end. Alright, so this is good. So we really only need one javelin to complete our little thing. So we'll take whichever one has the most. We'll take him. See if we got any double heat sinks out of this bunch. Don't see any good weapons. There's one double heat sink. There's the flamer that I need. Another flamer that I need. Okay, so just so you know, this is defaulted, is sorted by value. But sometimes the double heat sinks will be split up. You'll see 1, 2, and then you'll go down with a couple of other things, and then you'll see a couple more, or maybe one more. But right now we only got one, which is good. So we've got 64, so we're going to grab 64 tons of mechs, because we can sell them and make money. So there, or no, I mean 46. God, Sonny, 46. So there's one. Archer. 4 and 2. That might be better than the Archer I built. Now I think the Archer I built only had 2, and we may have to replace him with this one. More firepower. Those are decent 60-ton mechs. And we can get an Irby for 7. So we're good to go. Okay. So we now have our primary inventory is full. So you have to either get rid of one of these, and it's only going to show you this much of them. It won't show you any more of them. Get rid of one of these, or just send these to the scrap yard. God, that guy's in perfect shape. Man, I almost hate sending him to the scrap yard, but I don't see anything here I want to get rid of. You know, actually, we'll probably never use him again. Ah, shoot, Sonny. We'll scrap him and then rebuild him later. We'll maybe rebuild him. Definitely scrap the Irby. Okay, so now we're going to go back to this place. So we're not quite at an hour, but we're getting close. So like I said, I originally started this video to test my sound, but since it was going so good and I was getting good mechs, I decided to just make it part of the series. I started out right where we left off on the other one, so nothing's been missed. So we're gonna go to 1, 2. Cantina's good. Let's do a let's see if they got any of those flamers I need. It doesn't look like it. Okay, so let's sell some let's repair these first. We left him guarding, so he didn't take any damage. He's good. Let's look at his loadout. Yeah, he's pretty. That's good outfit on him, and he's maxed on everything. And he's got 2 double heat sinks, which that means he's got 4 heat sinks, so he's all right. So let's see what other junk got thrown in here. So you only got X amount of hangar. This is what we'll call this the hangar. So I'll just scrap him. Now remember, when this pops up here, if you're using the mod, God, I can't think of the name of it now, but anyhow, If you hit A, it's going to throw him in there, and all of his heat sinks, add-ons, weapons is all going to go into your inventory. If you hit Y, it's going to save him exactly the way he is. Everything stays on him. But remember, if you're using a controller like me, if you want to throw them back into the hangar inventory, you got to drag and drop them with a mouse. If you just select him and hit A to throw him in there, he'll lose all of his weapons. And so we're going to get rid of that one. Let's see what the charger layout is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me see. I think I got a charger already. Thought I had a charger. And he is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it looks like the exact same layout. So I don't need 2 of them. Yeah, small laser, medium laser, battle axe. My other one doesn't have a battle axe, does it? Yeah, so, okay, this one's set up pretty damn good, so I'm not going to change it at all. Alright, so we're going to throw you in the dumpster. I'm not into the melee stuff. Melee, however you say it. So this guy is pretty typical. SRMs, lasers, and LRMs. And if think the one that I got, two SRMs, 2 LRMs, and 2 lasers. Exactly the same way, except he's got the larger SRMs. So we don't need him. What's this one here got? Almost the exact same loadout. I'm gonna do a. I may not, like I said, when I get the Hellbringers, that's going to be my 65-ton mech go-to. But I might drop these 2 in favor of just regular. These weigh 2 tons, and a regular medium laser weighs 1. They do 7.8, and they have a range of 412. And the medium laser, so they do more damage than the medium laser. This does 6.5, and it does 506 on the range. So it's got a little, but the whole thing is, do I need him? So I really don't need any more. I don't need any more armor on him. So he's good, I think, because he's got 4 heat sinks, and when we get enough double heat sink, we'll throw him. I might not change those pulse lasers. I just might work on making these a little better. Yeah, just even them out on weapons. So he's got possibilities. Like I said, I may end up getting rid of these later on when I get some more Hellbringers. Because see, this guy, right now he's only doing 89 on the firepower, but he doesn't have hardly any tier 5 weapons on him. Let's see if we can, gosh dang it, Sonny. See if we can improve him a little bit real quick. So, load out. let's see, what do I got? So we'll put these two on here. So that's going to up his firepower a little bit. And then we will slap this one on here, and that's going to up his firepower a little bit. So eventually we'll go to all tier 5, but he's I didn't fine-tune his armor. Remember, more armor up front, because you're going to be facing your enemy more than them sneaking up behind you. So he's good. His legs are down 4 points each. But he's got Beagle Active Probe, Guardian ECM. Remember, some of these are 3 tons, but these are the versions that are 1.5. And he's got 4 heat sinks. So he is pretty much good to go. Okay, so no jump jets. I don't fly with jump jets. So this is my preferred 65-ton mech over these, which actually it says these have better firepower. And we'll have to investigate that some more. I know these suckers are durable as hell, but I got enough 50-ton mechs. See what this Zeus is, if it's got any. 2 ace, an AC5. So if we change this to a 10, and we max the armor again, hell, they need a lot of freaking armor, don't they? Dang, he's armor starved. So that's good. Okay, drop him down to 20 in the back and up on the front. And his arms are maxed out and his legs are only 5 points under. Oh hell, he's got all kinds of heat sinks in his legs I didn't even notice. So he's good. Let's see what I got on this thing here. So that weighs 1 more ton than that one. Tier 2. So this is the best tier or AC5 I got. It's a tier 2. So we'll put that in there. We're not going to have any better lasers, I don't think, because I don't. Let's see about the big one. So we got one ER large. We'll give that to him. Increased his range by quite a bit. Yeah, we don't have any medium lasers. I don't want to put tier 4s on him yet. Or tier 5s, I mean. So, he should be good for fighting. I mean, we'll get some more lasers on there and a bigger one of those, and he'll be good to go. And I don't usually use the Zeus either, but I don't have that many assault mechs, so I need assault mechs. Okay, so this guy here. Yeah, if he had a damn LRM, I'd use him. AC-20's devastating, but it's only got like 330 something rounds of, range on it. So we're gonna get rid of you, trash can, and then what do you got? He's nothing special. And then this guy here. So for a Wolverine, he seems to have more weapons than most of them, because most of them only have 3. If I kept him, he's 55. I don't really need a 55, but I'd do an LRM-10 there and ER large there. But I'm not going to keep him. He's going to the trash can. Going to sell him to make more money. Okay, so this needs to go up. So that's the most that you're going to be able to get in your hangar. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So okay, so now we're going to do a special order. Oh, first we're going to sell some mechs so we got money to spend on special orders. Cold storage. Bye-bye. Urban mech. We're going to hold on to them cheap suckers. Bye-bye. He's cheap. We're going to hold on to him. Raven. Man, this guy's worth some money. He's worth some money too. Hold on to him. Hold on to him. Get rid of him. That we got to turn in. I may hold on to him. I mean, $1 million, but he'll come up. These will never come up in Cantina missions because this is an add-on, and they only see what's going on. So this guy's got 1 ballistic and 2 energy weapons. He's 35-ton mech, and yeah, we're gonna get rid of him. He'll never come up. Now, Griffin may come up, but he's worth too much to just give away. And this guy here, get rid of him. as well sell the Charger. He's worth $3 million. And so that's. Now I'm thinking about doing this guy. I'll have to compare him to my other guy. I'm gonna hold on to him. We'll get rid of the Blackjack because he's worth money and he's brand new. And I think we'll get rid of this one too. Okay, so that's the only mechs we're going to get rid of. So now we're going to do a special order. And we have 40 million C-bills to spend. Can you imagine that? My God, kid in a candy shop here. Okay, so do I need any ammo? 6 and 4. That's probably good on the AC-10 ammo. That's good on the AC. It's AC-20. I don't really have any AC-5s are good. Ames ammo. We might get some more. Well, we only got one mech using it so far, so we'll leave that alone. Ames half ammo. 8. Arrow ammo. Beagle probe. Clan ammo. Double heat sinks, 3 of them puppies. LBX, we got 8 and 5. I'm the only one using that right now, so 8 and 3. Let's get, yeah, that's good. Come on. Narc ammo, we got 12. 12, we're good on Narc ammo. Rotary AC-5. Gotta figure out how much they weigh. I may want to start buying some of them if they got them for sale. Okay, so that's it on that. So let's go to the missiles. I'm going to buy 2 of these. 2 of these. Couple more 5s. I think I'm not going to get any more 2 5s or tier 4 5s. I got 3 of those. Need some 10s. You get some LRM 15s. Definitely some LRM 10s. 2 of these. And 2 of these. That's probably it on the missiles. Okay, so now we're going to laser out here. Okay, so... Man, I got money to burn, though. Is that up all the way? Yep. So I think I'm going to get a couple of ER large. And a couple of these ER large. Yeah, we're going to spend some money. Don't hate me for it. And short burst. So the short burst, they're more heat efficient. Heat is 4.5. Heat on this one is 7.8. So yeah, they're more heat efficient for your mechs that are going to be, you know, overheating. But the damage difference, this is going to be a 13, and this is going to be a 9. But this one does 10 rounds a minute basically, and this one does 17 rounds a minute. So better heat, more shots per minute, but not as much power. 13 to a 9.1. ERPPCs. Yep, them are some heat generated mamas, but I'm gonna get 2 of those. Yeah, look at them, already up to 26 million. Where's my tier 0? I'm gonna go ahead and order 3 of these. See, on the lower tiers you can order 3 instead of 2. So not getting any large lasers. See, I'd rather take an extended range than a large, and the damage is the same. So you're just getting more range out of them. And we're gonna get 2 of these, 2 of these. Look at the bills piling up. And then see if we need any small lasers. We got 4 small lasers. And we're spending money. We might as well get 2 more. That way our... okay, so now we're going into ballistics. So I don't see a rotary. Ultra AC5s are 9 tons. See a rotary AC5. I actually have 2 of those, but we'll hold off. Machine guns, need more machine guns. Everybody needs more machine guns. And I got 2 light rifles, but I'm gonna buy 2 more. I probably won't ever buy. LBX. My God, those things are expensive. I only got 1, but I'm the only mech using them. What do these things weigh? These things weigh 8. I'm gonna buy 2 of them. And then yeah, we'll just go with the 2. Don't care about the AC-20s. AC-2s, I got 4. AC-10s, I've only got 1. Okay, so that's going to be it. So we're blowing $34 million. So we're back down to our normal, right around 5. That's good to go. So this is long on the video. But like I said, this started out to be a sound check, and I was getting so much good loot I didn't want to end it, so I just and I started it right where we left off. So we are going to call this quits, and let me do a save. Okay, so we're going to have a whole lot of saves with the same name. New save, yes, but all I got to remember is the date. The 7th. See, that's the last time that we were together. Don't get me wrong, I've tried to make a couple videos since then, but I've had issues with it. I'm trying to make a video every day, but that probably ain't going to happen. So we're done here, and we are going to exit. And then I need to shut off the... I can do it with the buttons, but I'm just going to go to exit out of the... Oh, it's still syncing. And it should be done. Okay, so we're going to exit out of this and stop recording.